did you discuss, other than what you've told me, which is the calendar, the cost, the demonstration of how to inject the EPO, the demonstration of how to to administer the clear, the explanation of how the cream should be administered, and how the insulin was the explanation of how the insulin was to be administered. Do you remember any other subjects of conversation you had during that second meeting?
We talked specifically about the effects that the EPO would have upon his fight with Oscar. And what I explained to him, and if you do the simple math, his baseline hematocrit was 44. He increased to 52. So if you take that 8% and say what percent is 8 of 44, so say it's 20% ballpark. What I was explaining to him was that with each and every breath, he's delivering an extra 20% oxygen to his muscle tissue, and it's a two-way street. So you're also, as the fight progresses, you have a buildup of what they call the metabolic waste byproducts, carbon dioxide, ammonia, lactic acid. It helps to remove those. So this is specifically how it gives you additional stamina and endurance and enhances your ability to breathe, basically. So we talk specifically about the benefits and how it would serve him toward the end of the fight, say rounds 8 through 12.
And because the increase from 44 to 52 would
meant
be
much greater oxygen being delivered. He would breathe much easier. The opponent may be gasping for air, where because he breathes in and he's got greater capacity to deliver oxygen to the muscle tissue, you fatigue less and you're stronger, and that the primary benefit of that particular substance would be at the end of the fight.
Can you remember any other subjects of conversation during that second meeting?
Yes.
What?
We talked about the issue of, once we had the program and that they were going back, that what they took with them, and Daryl Hudson carried this because he had a gym bag with him, and they took back, and they didn't want to check bags because they were just going to get right on the plane and carry it through. So they took some of the vitamins. There were small bottles of the iron, folic acid, vitamin C that were notated on the calendar, and they took the little unmarked vials of the clear and the cream with them on the plane. But they did not take the multiple bottles that were required, because you have a different bottle for every single injection. You use the whole bottle. And this was going on, there was at least, I'm guessing, more than 10 bottles. And for each one of those, you needed a syringe. And then you also needed syringes for the insulin, and they need to be refrigerated. And they're illegal. So you don't want to carry illegal stuff through the metal detector and carry on.
Do you know if they took any syringes with them?
No, they did not.
Okay. But they took the clear and the cream with them?
They took the clear and the cream and a few vitamins, but the syringes and all the other bottles, there was only one bottle of insulin, because that's a multi-dose vial, and it typically they have a lot in it, so you only need one bottle and you only use 3 units at a time. But The EPO, you need is quite a bit, and they have to be, you asked earlier about, be refrigerated, so they have to be refrigerated, and when they're transported, you have to put them on the little ice packs.
Okay.
So I FedExed that stuff. We agreed for a number of reasons, and primarily because they weren't going to check anything, and if somebody finds this, that it's illegal.
Did they have a bag with them that would have fit everything that they needed?
Absolutely. The bag would have fit easy, because it was kind of a long gym bag like this, not a thick one, but more of a kind of that big around, but longer one.
And it would have fit every single thing they had to take?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could have fit it easy.
Including the ice packs?
Easy. Little ice pack, they're only this big. They're probably 5 inches by 8 inches. Very small, and you just wrap it around and put it in a plastic bag. So they could have taken it, but the idea of taking, the clear and the cream or not, there's no labels. So this is where they were told that if anybody asks you, search your bag when you go through the metal detector what this is, they knew what it was. That's my opinion. And that's where the cover story came in when I said, if anybody asks you what this is, tell them it's flaxseed oil.
Okay. So flaxseed oil was specifically mentioned during this meeting?
Flaxseed oil and using that as a cover story was provided by me to quite a few athletes.
By the way, did you ever prescribe, and I'm using that not in the medical sense, flaxseed oil to any of the athletes you worked with?
Some athletes did take flaxseed oil, yes.
And was the flaxseed oil provided in containers similar to the clear?
Typically, the flaxseed oil was in a flaxseed oil bottle, and it had a label, and we used a specific brand called Omega Nutrition. So athletes did take real flaxseed oil, but it was not in the little 7 cc screw top vials that the clear was stored in.
And at no time did you ever give an athlete, did you ever give an athlete flaxseed oil in one of the little bottles?
No, I did not.
All right. Any other topics of conversations you can recall during that second meeting?
Just about the importance of making the arrangements up at Big Bear and his schedule and when he would be there to get the second blood sample collected, and then the arrangements made for those results to be faxed to us so that we could see that the drug was working as we knew that it would, and confirm that there would be the increase, and there was.
Anything else that you can recall in terms of things that were discussed at that second meeting?
No, other than Shane saying he would send the check, and that was pretty much the end of it.
So have I exhausted your recollection with respect to everything that was said both at the first and the second meeting on the 26th with Mr. Mosley and Mr. Hudson?
That's all I can recall at this moment.
Okay. I just have one question. Did you, well, a couple questions, and many more later. Did you, when you had the discussion with Mr. Mosley, when you met with Mr. Mosley on the 26th, the second meeting, did you have the blood test results back yet?
Say that again?
Did you have the blood test results back from the hospital by the time at the time you met with Mr. Mosley in the second meeting?
No, we did not.
When did you get the blood tests?
Probably, that was on a Saturday, so and they probably had a fax number to fax it to, so I'm guessing by the following Monday at least, we had it. It doesn't take long. They do the testing in-house, so not the same day, but I would imagine about 48 hours later. I think on probably Monday.
Do you guys want to have a lunch break or go through? You want me to order things in for you for a quick lunch break? You want a lunch break?
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Time is 12:37 p.m. On the record?
I'd like to go